undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Electric TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Electric TV radio. Stay tuned. Electric TV radio. Unifying broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Electric TV radio. Electric TV radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Electric TV radio. The Pathfinder radio.
All right, good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Sports Buffet on Electric TV radio. It's Tuesday and it's me and Emmanuel Sebastian. And I woke up this morning, thinking I'm going to come here and make a very big announcement about Emmanuel Sebastian. And the guy came and bust my bubble. I hate you so much right now, man. I don't like you. But we're still going to make the announcement. So I'm going to ask you guys, us in the course of the show, would you want Emmanuel Sebastian? Yes, for those of you on Instagram, you'll be saying him. Would you want Emmanuel Sebastian to be part of the show? Let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just 3 days of the week, or maybe 4 days. Or we might not be able to do 5 days of the week, but what would you want Emmanuel Sebastian to be part of the show a half of the week? Yeah, half of the week. What do you? The show, let's get your own opinion. Those of you on YouTube already, those of you on Instagram, and I'm still going to ask the question as people come in. Emmanuel, I'm breathing on my microphone. They say, let the poor breathe. Are you poor? What's wrong with you? That's suffocating my mic. Okay. All right. So, guys, who would you guys want to? Aroturi, you are wicked. Yeah. You are hurting me. Okay, so Aruturi says that she got a one. Greetings from Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you very much. Arsenal grind that result, but I still think they should have given Crystal Palace that penalty against Easy. That wasn't a penalty. He said all this ref done the sleep on the job. No, that wasn't the penalty. There was no contact. He died. They should have given him a yellow card actually. Yeah. Aruturi said Tuesday alone, so that we can enjoy our groove. No. If Emmanuel is in. I promise you, I know that everybody gets angry when Emmanuel comes here because their comments are not read. No, that will change. We'll actually do the stretch the show to 1 hour, 30 minutes, and your comments and everything will be read. Because a lot of people say, oh, if we want somebody else on the show, want you to have a sidekick that you people be bantering and all that. But if that becomes, like if you guys vote, I will put it on the community section of the channel, and you guys will have to vote anyway. But I will give you some time. Emmanuel, good morning and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Sports Buffet. How are you doing? How's it been? Liverpool back to winning ways. Sweeting you versus Casino. I've now gone to cost a penalty. It doesn't look like, how do I put it? How do I describe it now? The stone that the builder rejected and become the chief cornerstone, or I don't know if that's the way to put it, but I think that there is a happy feeling amongst Liverpool fans, even though you will pretend like you don't, but there's a happy feeling of good for you people, because come on, one expensive midfielder missed the penalty, and then the one that say, if not be Chelsea, I would die. He went there and caused the penalty. That 10-man West Ham, because when Arsenal fans are jumping around like monkey with banana, that Arsenal with 10 men were able to win. West Ham, a dying West Ham that have lost some key players, not really looking at their best. With 10 men, still beat Chelsea and even scored a goal when they went one man down. So my point here is Arsenal fans should not be jumping too much, even though one of the good things about last night's win is the fact that Arsenal showed previously, 2 years ago, Arsenal would have lost that game. Arsenal have always find it hard to win games the dirty way. They always like making it fine, beautiful football. But like I always say, a result people can't. Nobody will remember the way you played the match. a few weeks after the game. So just get a 3 points and move on. If Arsenal win every game like this to the end of the season, it might be a boring title, but they would have become champion. That's just the way I see this thing. But that said, as a Liverpool fan, before we go into all the many talking points that we have and all the transfer gist and rumors, are you kind of like extra happy? Okay, there's the happiness, but then there's the extra happiness that see Chelsea where you say won't go now, say as they play. Is that feeling of satisfaction?
All right, good morning to you. Good morning to all the Chelsea fans.
Same voice.
But I mean, Chelsea fans will agree with me that banter is allowed.
Yes,
they gave us the first official banter of the season. We know which big team lost their first game. I think they're the first big team that lost their first. Okay, United lost this weekend, so that nothing much to banter about.
Is United really a big team again?
They are, of course, they are.
Are they still a big team?
Yeah, they are still a big team. I think
an example of useless, wayward, dirty team. Like there's nothing good. There's nothing big about United. Come on, they've gone 10 years without winning the league title. They look disjointed. They don't know how to take decisions.
You just have to give them that credit as a big team. The name Manchester United.
That's what Liverpool used to be some years ago now, until they went 30 years without winning the title.
But I mean, for Chelsea fans, I mean, the banter was I was happy. I'm not happy.
I like to hear that. I like truth.
When you're the expensive midfielder. I mean, he had a brilliant game against Liverpool. But I mean,
against a dead West Ham.
I don't know if it was the penalty taker. I don't know. Maybe he decided to take it on that day. Or I don't know who Chelsea designated penalty taker is. But
all the designated penalty takers are gone.
Well,
this is a new Chelsea team. This team is like newly promoted. Chelsea is like a newly promoted team.
Maybe the Chelsea fans can help us. Who is your designated penalty taker? I was surprised when I saw Enzo Fernandez stepped up, poor penalty. I know anybody can miss, but it was a poor penalty.
Where is Precious? Precious almost where you need him.
And at the end of the day, I mean, West Ham, 10-man, Lucas Paqueta got their own penalty. That's how it's done. Come, finish, send the goalkeeper the wrong way.
There's this worry boy that's a Chelsea fan, Oganemairo. Where is he when you need him? Or that tall boy, Nepapo, that is in the UK. Peter, I know that they should come and defend their family integrity here now.
Well, but banter aside, Castillo will come good. It will come. Let me make a
that's how they told us that Mikhailo Modric will come good.
I don't know about that one. But funny enough, after the game, the guy went on Instagram and posted a picture of him and Pochettino talking to him with a Bob Marley song.
Don't worry. It's gonna be.
I don't know if he was trying to cheer himself or he was trying to banter the haters or something. I don't know. Now, just fans, that's your own problem. We're gonna figure that out. But it was a sad day for Chelsea. I think quite a lot is still going on with that team. Nicholas Jackson. I mean, for all his energy, his efforts, his running, his desire, there's still something missing in this game. Goalkeeper. We're still not sure if Sanchez is the the goalkeeper they need, and the first choice imposing goalkeeper they need. So quite a lot needs to happen on that just side, and the injuries, keep on coming. Chukwuemeka, I can't imagine us sitting here and struggling about or talking so much about an injury to Chukwuemeka, who we don't know if he's going to be part of the first team.
Yeah.
So and now we are talking about him now. Scored a good goal. Now he's injured. Romo Lavia, we didn't see him in the match they scored. Maybe there's still time.
Did I not tell you that Lavia? I think he was in the WhatsApp group, the family WhatsApp group, when I told you that.
Yeah, you said that.
I don't care what they do. Lavia is not a starter for Chelsea. He made the wrong decision. If he had gone to Liverpool, he go play match like Bukayo Saka. He go tire. They're going to say he don't break the record of the most consistent player. There's nobody in that position. But for Chelsea, it's Casado way they bench now. They start.
So, but I mean, they just have to find a way to figure it out. It's a big game. London Derby losing against West Ham, who, James was Prowse. First game showed his quality, set piece and deliveries and all that. So Chelsea, they have their work cut out. I mean, it's going to be a long season for Mauricio Pochettino and the boys. But I hope they figure that out. But that's their own problem. Let me talk about my Liverpool now.
Yeah, Liverpool. You guys are back to winning ways, 3-1.
Oh yeah, 3-1. I mean,
red card. There was a scare, but
that game, the start of that game gave me that feeling.
Attempts were you?
No, like the first 10 minutes was like not a game. They scored a goal. the same. I mean, we've seen that error a couple of times in previous season where Alisson comes out, maybe he doesn't scream at his nearest man, and misguided the ball, and there's an empty net for the opponent to score. It happened, thank God for the offside flag. Then a few minutes later again,
It happened again.
Same Arnold again, missed control, and the Ghanaian Semenyo. I mean, that start was the worst possible start, but I mean, it's Anfield. There was always going to be pressure for Bournemouth to hold on to that lead, and thankfully, we got the equalizer. Luis Diaz, got that red card. McAllister, even though they sent an appeal, we don't know if it's going to be upheld or they're going to rescind the decision. But I don't know if you saw that tackle. It was a red card.
No, it's not a red card.
So it was after that red card, luckily they scored another one. Then our new signing, we didn't get Caicedo, we didn't get Lavia, we didn't get anybody. Got a debut. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I saw it coming.
Shakarado Endo. You guys got Endo.
Endo Wataru. Yeah, made his debut. I mean, he did well his first game.
That name sounds like somebody from Okitipupa. Wataru.
Wataru Endo. I mean,
brother Wataru.
So, but I hope Klopp came out to say that he signed him to start. We were expecting a marquee signing as a DM. So many names have been named, but I mean, Klopp spoke earlier of him. I wasn't expecting him to be the main DM, but let's see how it goes. But good to get a win, 3-1.
There's something I always say about footballers. Like, okay, whether you're a marquee signed for 100 and above million, or signed for free, or gotten for cheap. When you cross that white line and get into the field, it is up to you to prove yourself. Some of the greatest players that we've seen in football were not signed for big money. Lionel Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, quite a lot of these players, Roy Keane, David Beckham, I can go on and on and on. Finidi George, Kanawako. Some of these players were not really signed for the whole big money, but it is what you've got on the inside, your determination to say, you know what, I've got this chance, I need to prove a point, I need to to rise up above whatever the obstacles in front of me, whatever the challenges. Football is like life, Some people will take the opportunity they have. Some people will turn their adversaries into an opportunity to prove themselves that they are strong enough to fight. I mean, not every day you have a David facing a lion and a deer and they're going to face a Goliath. But the one moment you have it, you've got to decide whether you will fall like a pack of cards or you will stand up to the occasion and be counted. And I think I mean, I was one of those who was laughing. Well, it calls for banter anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have money. You go and be pricing Rolls Royce when all the while what you have is a keke. Why not just buy your keke and start the transport business? You could go from there to Korope, from Korope to buses, and who knows? And I saw that Mekele Dele could start. There's always a motivational speaker that will tell you that Mekele Dele started with a washing plate as a houseboy somewhere in Lagos, and before you know it, become a big transport owner. So I think that Liverpool now they have what they have, and it is how they use it. I still insist the Liverpool have the best attacking option in the whole Premier League. What they do with the players playing behind them and how they set up the team in such a way that it is angled towards them, winning matches on the strength of their attack, just like the Pep Guardiola teams of before, where the solidity of the quality of the attack is always the decider of how they play and what happens with the team. It is up to Jurgen Klopp to prove that. I don't think that Jurgen Klopp is a coach that needs anything to prove to me. I consider him a world-class coach, a top coach. The only reason Liverpool probably didn't run on everybody and win straight 5 titles is because, unfortunately, there is a guy called Pep Guardiola who came just about the same time. He's in England. Just like they say, the only reason people like Luka Modric cannot claim to have 10 Ballon d'Or, Iniesta, Xavi, Andrea Pirlo, Benzema, Lewandowski, and the likes don't have multiple Ballon d'Or in their house is because 2 demons of football or 2 gods of football showed up just about the same time they were on the scene. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi from 2009 up until now. We're still mentioning Messi's name in the nominees. So I'm going to sit here and give Klopp the benefit of the doubt and I say, okay, last season was a bad one. This season is going to fix it. It does look good anyway. It does look good. To bounce back from the Chelsea game, they were just there. But you could see the signs that there's a bit of urgency. My best player for Liverpool in the Chelsea game was Virgil van Dijk. I'm always hard on him, but I thought he had good control, good leadership, timing of the ball, and all that.
I think the captaincy is fucking up.
Too early,
Even
too
the
early.
weekend game too was immense as well.
Too early to say that. You know why I'm saying this? Because Virgil van Dijk already have this leadership aura in him. So I don't think it needs the captain handband to improve his game, but I think something has improved. Some people, captain's handband destroyed them. Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. Some other people, captain's handband makes them better. Adebayo, what's it called? Aubameyang, captain's handband destroyed it. So it depends anyway, but let's see how it goes. Let's talk about Man United a little bit. Because every season, whether it is MVG that is the coach, whether it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho, David Moyes, in the last 10, 11 season, there's always been like, oh, this is the season where it will all come together. This is the season where it will all come together. But let's talk about Man United a little bit. Before, I mean, I know you have a question about Mason Greenwood, but before you bring the Mason Greenwood question, let's talk about Man United as a football club, as a structure. When you look at them, can you place a finger on maybe 2, 3, or 4, 5 things that is missing? And for the audience, those of you that are watching, you can join in on the conversation. I guarantee you will read your comments today. So I know it's Tuesday, but drop in your comments, join the conversation, everything we're talking about, and we'll read it as best. What do you think is wrong with Manchester United?
As a team, I mean, it's been bad. It's not been a good start for United.
Yep.
And I've seen people.
But they won their first game.
Yeah, but they didn't win it convincingly against Wolves. Playing at Old Trafford, Wolves could have, won that game. Easily.
Wasteful.
I've seen a lot of people for the manager. I don't think it has anything to do with getting rid of the manager right now. I mean, this is a man who had a brilliant first season. Did so well. Some other managers who didn't have the best of first seasons, they were given time and all that. So I think the whole happenings around the club, stability in terms of the ownership. We don't know if the Glazers still want to stay, if they're still going or not. And I saw that game on Sunday, and I think they are missing something in midfield. I don't know. Maybe it's just 2 games into the season, but I mean, Casemiro was immense last season. But these 2 games is found him. The energy is not there. It's not getting into tackles. It's not winning balls like he was. I was one of the persons who criticized, the signing of. I mean, maybe from the point of envy of the club I support, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Man United splashing that cash on Casemiro for, I think it's 30 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was immense last season. So he's not started well. 2 games, like I said, early days, 2 games into the season. But looking at the whole team, the whole structure, the whole drama around Mason Greenwood, the ownership, Ten Hag, and all the decisions he has to make, putting that team together, and the whole midfield drama, they lost Fred, they've lost some players as well. So Sancho is not getting it. Garnacho, a super sub last season.
At this point, the
team, they just need that balance. He needs to find that balance to pick up from where they left off last season.
Yeah, you just mentioned Garnacho, Sancho, Marcos, and all these players. Even Casemiro, that we said it was the best thing that happened to them. And if you look at Manchester United historically now, in the last couple of years, the player comes in the first season, is on fire, is brimming with confidence, movement, like, oh, this is the guy that will resurrect Anthony Martial, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Then the second season, they peter down, like all of a sudden they become like Waterloo beaten by Son, and that energy, that verve, that gusto that they came with is no longer there. It kind of like feels like the old Arsenal, I remember when I was in Brilla, me and Tony Becker and we were talking that Arsenal is like the story of the old dog in the neighborhood and the new dog. So when a new dog comes in, he's barking, he's making it, like disturbing everybody, like, oh, I've arrived, who would? And then the old dog will be like, you're hungry, never be this one. You don't understand this neighborhood that you are in. And it feels like that when you look at Man United players right now, because 1 minute Varane is solid, and then he went down. The next minute, it was Bruno Fernandes, who's like he's delivering, he's arriving at the box like he's Frank Lampard, he's scoring goals, he's creating goals, and then Cristiano Ronaldo came and he became a deadwood. And they say if they give him the armband, he might just resurrect him. So he's just getting involved in fight like he's one of those FC Oluomo's boys. He's not really a footballer anymore.
And I also think they need to get this guy up to speed. They need a finisher. A typical number 9. I don't know what's happening with the guy.
I said it's
what's that his name again? Rasmus Højlund. Yeah, I don't know what's they need it. I don't know if it's the man, but they sure need a finisher.
Rasmus Højlund is not the man. Cannot be the man. It's just it's just a rotten copycat. The stupidest thing any football club would do. Oh, you see, when you don't operate within this, why are you laughing? when you don't operate this within the space of your own, you know, these people who live their life based on, oh, my friend doesn't do this, so let me go and do it. I like consistent people. I like people who seek their guts on the things that they are good at and focus on it. I'm not going to be one of those people who say, well, Manchester United, I used to play with white players. Football has evolved. Past all those white players, those were the days where you play 4-4-2. Nobody play 4-4-2 anymore. Maybe only the old man, the job, 67 or 68-year-old Roy Hodgson at Crystal Palace. Every other coach now have evolved. Football is different. Formation, we don't even understand formation anymore, right? We've seen somebody who knows as a defensive midfielder playing right full back for us now. And playing center back. Changes in the course of the game always happen. But that said, I think that from the beginning, Manchester United needed a striker. That's how they ended last season. And this season, they went on buying whoever they want to buy, terminate David De Gea's contract, bring in different people. And then when they went to go and get a striker, they got the one that is near paralysis. Okay. And my United fans can be on social media arguing like blind people. Oh, not be a spinal cord problem, not be a back problem. It's just a spasm. A new English language. You want to teach me science? I'm a science student too now. But when you were done doing all this, with 2 games gone, you never play. And as a young kid, obviously you can recover from whatever pain you have in the spine. But I mean, there's anybody who can explain that better is a producer who can tell you how that can also be debilitating sometimes. But I think that Man United needed a striker. They should have gone all out for Osimhen. Go all out for Osimhen. If you put in, let's be very honest, what is so difficult if Manchester United say 150 or 160 million pounds for Victor Osimhen? Osimhen, we're going to pay you 500,000 pounds every week. Osimhen will come, right? And I think within the midfield, they still have enough players that can create. If Osimhen comes into the Premiership, that Wolves game, Osimhen will score 3 goals. Comfortably score 3 goals. Wolves were good going forward. It was because they were slicing through the midfield of Man United. Yeah. And that's because too many players up front were lazy. They were not, Man City, why Man City is the way they are is that they double up on you. That thing that you see Spain, the Spanish women do in the World Cup finals, that's the expertise. That's what Pep Guardiola team does. When the attackers lose the game, they shuffle back like Vietnamese army. They shuffle back, and then the midfielders go to press, and then the attackers come back again because they've recovered from losing that ball. Before you know it, there's no way you will pass. It's a multiple barricade against you. But for this Manchester United team, they struggle, get the ball to the attackers. They lose the ball. Bruno Fernandes is complaining to the referee or talking to the fans. Why the game is going on? Marcus Rashford is trying to lace his boots every time he loses the ball. If Anthony Martial is on the field, he's trying to clean his ear. That's when he need to see what do they call ear doctors again? Forgotten. What's it called? The other one, Sancho. That's when he wants to see his optician, whether he can see where he's cleaning his eyes. And all that. There's so many very funny, unprofessional behavior. But meanwhile, while we're talking about this, the one player that have a spark, that look hungry, that look better. Again, talking about players who loses form the following year. Look at Garnacho. All of a sudden, Man United is really the house of the devil. All of a sudden, Garnacho does not even have the feint that he had last season, the drop of the shoulder to the left and turn to the right and blast. All of those things that
I watched the United game.
And I agree, it's just 2 games.
At the viewing center,
now they try you. I don't think of viewing center.
Sometimes I just go. I just love the phone. I just go and just hear what people say and all that. Same Garnacho, because it's a place I've been going. Same Garnacho people were clamoring for to start last season. First 2 games, I heard people say, this guy is supposed to be a star match. You're supposed to be a star match. You're not supposed to. So I was like, because I know the people, I know the place. So I was like, I'm looking same set of people. Like, not beyond I want me this guy a star match. So how come?
Is the reason why I always say don't listen to the fans. I know people say I'm rude when I say that, but I'm old enough in this game. I grew up with fans. I've been a player. I've been a coach. I'm in the media. I tell you, don't listen to the fans. They know nothing at all about the game.
They need to get a goal scorer. Like, they ended up with Red Cross last season. They didn't do anything tangible. Just walk through, no goals to show for it. You got Rasmus Højlund. He's not playing. They just need somebody to convert those chances. I know Rashford was their star man last season.
Yeah.
He could come good, but it hasn't looked like in the first few games.
That's it.
I don't know what you can say about Rashford.
That's it. I
see him reclaiming that form he saw last
That's thing I said about Rashford. I hate player that is tagged on his day. You know how pissed off people would be if you go to the hospital and they say this doctor now only January the day form or January when he treat you go where February, March, April, May any injection you give you a fake one you go die. What is on your day? If I'm paying you, you should deliver. I call a builder, a civil engineer, a building contractor to come and build me a house, and they say on his day he can build you a magnificent building, but there are days when he's off. He can build a house that will collapse. Are you kidding me? It's a contract, it's a job. I'm responsible for paying you, and you're responsible for performing. It's only in football that they give people excuse. It's not in form. It's not happy. It's emotionally down. It's psychologically depressed. Shut the fuck up and play, perform. Does the account tell you we're psychologically down, we're emotionally depressed, we can't pay you? They pay you. If I'm paying you, you've got to deliver. Footballers, they just make excuse for footballers anyhow. And Rashford has always been like that. They want to treat him like the golden bull. He's an OBE. Shut up and play football. Well, before we go, because we have the elephant in the room to address, the Messi Greenwood conversation. We're going to address that. But before we go, let's take Aaron Torrego's contributions. Said he would like to have you Tuesday alone so that we can enjoy our group. But we need to prove to them that even with you here, we would still read their messages so that nobody feels left behind. Adewale Saka says, nice one, boss. United are struggling with midfield and have no striker consistency is also an issue. Okay. Torrego, for those of you who don't know, is all the way in Tallahassee, Florida, very far. And my sister Lulu, I saw you on Instagram now. I don't know if you changed to another Instagram account because I thought I was following you before, and then all of a sudden I'm not seeing you again, and then you send me a request. Lulu is here there. Torrego says, make them go feed the devil. If not, top 4 will belong to who is the devil. As Patrick, you say the 3 points haven't been confirmed for West Ham United. Chelsea and Todd Boehly are working really hard to hijack it. Anything can happen. Oh God, anything can happen. This is Fabrizio Romano is the source. As Patrick, I don't blame you. I said when Liverpool win, As Patrick is here to disturb our life on the show, and that's exactly what he's doing now. As Patrick say, Gerard at Saudi wants to snap up Mason Greenwood. A good move or the beginning of the end? I think it's a great move for him. He needs to go somewhere and revive his career. He's a kid, and I think going to Saudi Arabia at this stage where nobody wants him in Europe, so he needs to feed the girl in question that they are all fighting. The girl don't born for him. The girl is still in love with him and all that. So I really don't understand overzealousness of Manchester United. But I think that Manchester United goofed on this one. Manchester United, we'll talk about it anyway when we come to address that matter. Emmanuel Obayoji says that Manu should go get Orban, Gift Orban. Somebody had an opinion. He said if Gift Orban come to the Premier League, that people will forget Victor Osimhen. I think that's like the dumbest opinion. But hey, okay, but let's leave it. Charles Aladi say, boss, good morning to you. On Instagram, I have people already dropping comments, and so let's take it there. Over my digital, I'm coming for your comments on YouTube, but let's touch base with all the people on Instagram. Today the show is going to be a little bit different. Akwazoba say Moise Casado didn't impress me. Oh, that money is too expensive for him. They don't already pay him. There's nothing anybody can do. Mr. Sugar, I want to say, good morning to you. The way you vest for players, if you become coach again, you feel beat players for fit. No, the funny thing is, I've coached, I've managed players. The thing is, you look for the players that fit your ideologies and your philosophies and your methodologies. I'm practically what you call a Pep Guardiola kind of coach, or let me say an LVG, because one way or the other, and people talk about the LVG of Manchester United, I'm talking about the real LVG, the LVG that won the Champions League. I'm going to put players together that will get a result. I've had players, I don't coach arm robbers before. I don't coach crazy people, that very crazy street boys. But the thing is, I'm not going to fight you, but I'm going to always make sure you understand who the boss is. That one, there's no controversy about it. And I think it's my own leadership skill. That's it. You will know who the boss is. I will motivate you if I need to. I will inspire if I need to. But you get the job done. All these players are play on their day. God, you get problem with me. Additional from us is the decision on Greenwood just shows the level of decision making by the Man United board. They should have rather known their decision a long time ago. Thank God Greenwood has been left. Let him go and make money. Chasaladi say, what do you think about Aze's penalty shot? There was no penalty there. Additional from us say, Gift Orban will operate in his own space, and I pray he makes it big. Victor is on his own. He is practically creating his brand, the Niger hero of world football. So let's come back. You have a question concerning Greenwood?
Yeah, Manchester United, Mr. Greenwood. You can say the whole drama is finally over.
Yes, sir.
Both parties releasing statement. I mean, in a scary turn of events in the last few days with United trying to integrate him back into the squad and the whole backlash and all that. So yes, they released a statement. Talented footballer, Mason Greenwood, brilliant left foot, but this thing happened, and it's been off, Manchester United for some time now, and you can't continue his career at Manchester United. Let me just read through the Manchester United statement before. They say Manchester United has concluded its internal investigation into the allegations made against Mason Greenwood. Our process commenced in February, following all charges against Mason being dropped. So yes, the charges were dropped. So throughout, we have taken into account the wishes, rights, and perspective of the alleged victim, along with the club standards and values, and sought to collate as much information and context as possible. This has required us to proceed with sensitivity and care to obtain evidence not in the public domain, including from those with direct knowledge of the case. Based on the evidence available to us, we have concluded that the material posted online did not provide a full picture and that Mason did not commit the offenses in respect of which he was originally charged. That said, as Mason publicly acknowledges today, he has made mistakes which he is taking responsibility for. All those involved, including Mason, recognize the difficulties with him recommencing his career at Manchester United. It has therefore been mutually agreed that it would be most appropriate for him to do so away from Old Trafford, and we will now work with Mason to achieve that outcome. So yes, this is like saying, okay, go away from Old Trafford. You can't continue your career here. You can't resurrect your career here. You can say similar thing happened to Benjamin Mendy with Manchester City. He was suspended from the team. He couldn't continue at Manchester City. He got to France with Lorient and all that. So we don't know where Mason is going next. But looking at the whole drama that played out, I saw your tweet that you would take him at Arsenal and stuff like that. People were coming at you and all that. What's your take about the Mason Greenwood thing? How do you sum up this judgment from Manchester United?
So summarily, let's go to. I'm going to take Man United by their word now and react to their own word. A case was taken to court. Yeah. The accuser, the plaintiff, as they call it in legal term, the plaintiff decided to drop charges and stuff, and also, said she's still in love and she's pregnant for him and she's giving birth, right? And somehow one constant word keep coming out. The accusation, Man United said it, Mr. Greenwood said it, that he's not guilty of the things he's being accused of. That's a very constant line that have gone around everywhere. Okay, the case was dropped. Some people argue that legally he's not discharged and acquitted. If you drop cases, it's either because of lack of evidence or not. But let's look at Manchester United. I'm not going to deal with the legal complexities because there's no court in case. There's no case in court. There's no case in court. So there's nothing to discuss on the legal complexities of it. If the person who's accusing me have dropped the charges, what is the basis of Manchester United really doing their investigation? Let's start with that. Manchester United have a history of many bad boys. Roy Keane injured Alfie Haaland deliberately. At least we have the book here. He said it deliberately, premeditated. They didn't sanction it. Eric Cantona playing at Selhurst Park, where Arsenal played last night. Okay, jumped and kung fu kicked Crystal Palace player. Manchester United did not openly or privately sanction him. We've read so many books on so many accounts on that until the Premier League sanctioned him for 6 months. And Man United blamed the Premier League for making them not to win the league title in '95. Blackburn won it, and then Everton won the FA Cup. It was a year where you won the league title and the FA Cup in England. And the Slave Papas to the Ferguson and Everton were FA Cup champions. Okay. Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test. All these people that are mentioning at Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand missed a drug test. And Manchester United stood solidly behind him, defended him. The coach of Manchester United kicked a boot and caught the eye of England's captain and a professional player by the name of David Beckham. Nobody was sanctioned. So let's talk about violence. What Sir Alex Ferguson did was violence.
Because I was about to go there.
At the very
incidents you mentioned compared to what Greenwood did.
At the very highest level. Kung Fu kicking fans. That's like beyond the degree. But that person we're talking about is a Manchester United legend to do. is the one guy who they allow to bend the rules consistently. Let's take, for instance, recently in a podcast, Steve Bruce came out to say they won the league title. They were told everybody should dress in a certain way, there, where the Manchester United jacket with the Manchester United badge on it, where everybody wears suit and tie and all that. Eric Cantona came with the biker's cloth, and Steve Bruce, the captain, went to Sir Alex Ferguson's office and said, "Sir, Eric Cantona is wearing dressing against the code." And Sir Alex Ferguson looked at him and said, "The day you are able to give us 2 or 3 titles, we would let you dress the way you want to dress." Like, he did not play. He was the captain of the team. He played in the every title that Cantona won, he was part of that team. This is the culture that Man United have created. And all of a sudden, a domestic private issue that, you know, came out, like Todike carry camera to do a video, and then you're not saying there should be a national sanction. That's very, very ridiculous. At the point where first of this incident came out and the player was suspended, first was asked to go train with the other 23s and then completely stopped training with the team, I think that Manchester United have even overreached. They were overreaching. They were trying to, you know, pander to the yearnings of their fans, to create this image of we're a good team. A club that their name is Red Devil is trying to tell people that they are good. I don't understand. And then, you know, even Real Madrid that are called White Angels don't behave like this. You are Red Devils. How bad can you be? And then you say, because of this, okay, now the case went to court. The person who's accused, the plaintiff, dropped the charges. You now decided you want to do your own investigation. Okay, we will still agree, which is that somehow for the optics, it's also good. Like, you need to know these players. Remember, this boy is a 21-year-old kid, right? Have the contract, have the talent, have all the money that is available to him. And all of a sudden, you just wake up and say, okay, dropping of charges or no dropping of charges, we want to investigate. You now investigate. When you investigate, we expect that when you come and you're going to say, well, the case have been dropped, but we find out that there are certain things about him that is not consistent with even the dropping of the case, and that reason we can no longer continue. In your official statement, you now said that he is not guilty of the things that he's being accused of, but as he has also said, he made some mistakes. So you're terminating somebody's contract on the ground that he made some mistakes. Manchester United will not go suffer for 600 years. And history is a band of players doing terrible things. Paulo Di Canio, for instance, fought a referee in the football field. The club did not cut his contract. Mario Balotelli had taken that before and thrown it at youth players in Man City. They did not cut him out. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and show you a whole lot. What's his name? Karim Benzema. Oh, Lord of the Ring. Karim Benzema got a prostitute to blackmail a teammate, Matthew Valbuena. And Valbuena, who, if you are a Nigerian, you will know him more. In 2014, it was Matthew Valbuena after the policeman. Great. Eddie Ogayanese was injured and removed. Matthew Valbuena, I was on commentary duty in Brazil, and there were tears in my eyes because as Onazi was going at, I knew we were done for. The shortest man on the field left the greatest impression. He felt like we're playing against Messi. This man paid prostitute, not even normal human being, Ashawo, Ashi, paid them to blackmail him, extortion, blackmailing. They still did not destroy his career. Real Madrid did not reject him. As a matter of fact, he was forgiven and brought back to the French national team, to the Euros. I think this one that Manchester United became judge, jury, prosecutor, and DA and everything.
Well, are they keep Greenwood? How do you think they would have? How do you think they would have handled the whole situation? And because this is a huge thing in England, you know. But let's assume they stuck to Greenwood. How do you think they would have handled the whole fan backlash? Because it was this same backlash that made them, you know, rescind their initial decision. What they were trying to, let me not say their initial decision, but what they were trying to do was to bring him back into the squad. But, you know, they were not having it.
The fans, the same fans that you're talking about.
So had they stuck to that decision of bringing him back to the squad, how do you think they would have handled it?
The same fans have been crying that the Glazers should go for years now. Have the Glazers gone? If the Manchester United board are trying to tell me that they are so fan-centric, Did Cristiano Ronaldo not have a rape case? They didn't even drop the charges. So they settled out of court. You know what that means? It means that Cristiano Ronaldo admitted guilt. Like, okay, let me pay you and let this thing go away. Whether you like it or not, that's what it represents in legal terms. Don't worry, there was something. I recognize that there was something. Okay, let's just settle this thing. My money, I pay you money, made the matter die. That's it. Sign an NDA and let's rest. Did anybody do anything to Cristiano Ronaldo? No. And we could go on and on and on and on and on. And all of these things happen. So let's come back to your question. If Man United saying they are pandering to the needs of the fans, are they not setting a terrible precedent that tomorrow fans will come again and say, we don't like Bruno Fernandes. Let him go. If he doesn't go, we're not going to buy ticket again. And you kick him out of your team. Oh, we don't want Varane. We don't want Onana. Is that how football is done? I don't know, but I used to think that in football, the team bond together and tell the fans, go and F up yourself, whatever you like. We're going to be together. If you're not going to come to the stadium, don't come. New set of fans will come. The fans of Manchester United did not want Manchester United to be sold to the Glazers. Manchester United did not listen to them. They told them, go F up yourself. So much so that they came out and told them, look, if you don't like to go with this new one, go form your own club. That's why a club called FC United was formed. In case we've forgotten the history, let's not be too far. It's not long ago. It's not like 100 years ago. A club called FC United is running in England and hoping that one day they will come to the top. It's because some fans disagree with the club being sold to the Glazers. And so if there are some women rights or some fans who say they are angry, they don't like the decision. Who the hell is she? How much is she contributing? Manchester United need a striker now. Can she buy a striker for the team? So when people say some things, there's a presenter who said, oh, she would not support Man United again if it does. Like, look at this idiot. Your show is based on rating. Your any money based on rating, you want to destroy another person's ability to earn. So there are certain things that people do. There's not a place where I can justify Manchester United decision on this, because even if let's say Messi Greenwood have done wrong, it's 21 years old. And many of us at the age of 21 are rational. So, you know, the decisions, the things that we did at the age of 21, if they use it to judge us. The other day, me and my younger brother were talking, and we're just reeling back on some of the things we did in our teenage and early 20s to mid 20s. And I was like, God, if our children do all those things now, we'll kill them all. But hey, we did it. I did it. He did it. And you know, it's who we are. It's part of the scars of life that you learn from. And I would still make more mistakes. But the thing here is, if your statement says he is not guilty of the things he's being accused of, then what is the premise and the basis? You're saying now that the court of misconception, the court of public opinion, who did not do any investigation, who do not have fact on the matter, are the ones that are more important than you that spend time and money to do your investigation and come out to say he is not guilty of what he's being accused of, but still he should be jobless, he should be caught up. Come on, Manchester United, you guys are stupid.
I mean, talking about Messi Greenwood, I mean, he also came out to release his own lengthy statement, but I mean, bottom line is he won't be continuing at Manchester United. So, I mean, you're Messi Greenwood.
You see that Messi Greenwood statement?
Yeah.
Messi Greenwood, first off, is not educated enough to write that statement. That's one. Two, there's nobody on Messi Greenwood. I will tell you straight, I've been inside of a football club. There's nobody on Messi Greenwood entourage that wrote that statement. This statement was written by Manchester United and given to him. Go out there and read it. If you doubt me, go and read Andre Pirlo's book, I Think Therefore I Play. There's a section in the book where he said, in football, some things happen on the inside, and then they all agree that let's have this as the official position, and then they will tell you, take for instance, Gattuso took a fuck in the dining and stabbed the player. And it will be insane if they come out in public and say, this player is not playing because Gattuso had a fight with him and stabbed him. Guess what? They told the player that was stabbed that they would come out with a doctor's report saying you have an hamstring injury in training and you're going to go with it till the hamstring injury heals, which means the stab, the treatment from the stab, the stitches and everything heals. And that's the position and nothing changes, right? So this statement by Greenwood, when I saw it yesterday, I was like, come on. This is Manchester United. This one have Manchester United written all over it. That's stupid kind of stuff.
But what next for Greenwood is you said you wanted him at Arsenal. You know, a lot of fans said no, they don't want that distraction. There's the old Thomas Partey drama. You know, what made you to put that tweet? My
question is, what is the Thomas Partey drama? So if they say it's the old Thomas Partey drama, Can you name any game that Thomas Partey have missed because the fans say they don't want him in the team? And how much effect is the Thomas Partey drama affected us now? Last season was the season where the allegation allegedly came out. In the last 20 or let's be moderate. In the last 12 or 15 years of Arsenal Football Club, have they had a season better than last season?
No.
So if that is Thomas Partey drama, would we not pray to always have Thomas Partey drama?
Extra drama with Greenwood, into the picture.
Then we'll win the title back to back. If what happened last season is Thomas Partey's drama, then let's get the party started. It's getting hot right now. Let's take out the roof and let's get the party started, because this type of drama, if what Arsenal experienced last season, before towards the end, Saliba got injured and they lost the title. If that's what it is, wouldn't it be an extra? They say music nice, he played twice. It's so good, they name it twice. His name is JJ Okocha. So if this is the drama, we need double dose of it, because one dose is not enough. One dose took us from 5th to 2nd. I think a double dose will take us consistently. Maybe we might have an unbeaten season. After Arsenal have not lost it. Yeah, bring in the Messi Greenwood drama now. Add it to whatever people assume as Thomas Partey drama, because there was no drama. To be very honest, there was no Thomas Partey drama as far as I'm concerned. Ignorant fools will be on social media to say shit, but truth, there was no Thomas Partey drama. What was the drama? You know what people don't understand? The thing is, when you look at the global economy, there is so much poverty. Let's even put the matter to bed. When Amber, Johnny Depp's wife, Johnny Depp, whatever you guys call him, whatever, Johnny Depp, when I like to call him John Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, when his wife came out, Amber whatever, Amber Edge came out on the edge and told everybody that Johnny Depp is a wife beater. You know that everybody believed. I saw people doing meme and say, why would he not be beating wife when he's a pirate? When he's a this? They inculcated his characters in movie. They brought the character in Salt. They brought every Johnny Depp character and used it to describe him for a very long time. Now, Johnny Depp is one of a few strong men who decide, you know what? I'm not even going to lie low and let this be my legacy. Why was he fighting? It was another Eminem, a guy who felt like, you know what? If I take this is how my children are going to be described in school. So that child, father, on all those movies I did, his father is a wife beater. When the case went to court, remember, it is the Amber Edge that took the case to court. Wasn't Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp was just there to defend himself. Who won the case? Who did they pay settlement to? He still didn't take the settlement. He said pay to charity. My point here is, let's say Johnny Depp did not agree to fight. He just settled. Till today, everybody will say Johnny Depp is a wife beater. So that they do after they don't smoke with it, and they smoke for that Hollywood. This is what they do. See, the life of a man, is guilty until proven innocent. The life of a woman is she's innocent until extremely proven guilty. Right? So it's always different. It's just like I was telling somebody the other day that if a man makes money, everybody will not say it's time for you, a single man, for instance, as you are now. If you make money, it's time for you to settle down. It's time for you to make a family. It's time for you to bless a woman, bring a woman into your life and make a family. If a woman makes money, it is time for her to be independent. She doesn't need, who needs a man when I can take care of myself? You see the way it works. Psychologically, socially, pathologically, anyhow you want to analyze it, that's the way the conversation is done. If a woman was 21 and they say she's a man beater, for instance, the first question people ask is, how lazy is the man? How can a 21-year-old girl, be responsible for beating you? Wait till it happen. So I have a personal, very close experience. A guy, I can't mention his name, he's a big brother, he's a former Super Eagles player. So wife took him to court. And she got friends to paint pictures and create all this thing and say she was headbutting her, blah blah blah. These pictures, like the story is very messy. And the guy said, "I want to have my day in court." And he came out and defended himself and said, "Look at this, my head as a big rich. I played in this Premier League, with this one league. I was heading, but if I had this face, one at the so was scatter." And I'm never been guilty of headbutting for the years, over 10 years I played in this league. Where did that come from? I don't have a history of violence. All of a sudden, I just become that person after 6 or 8 children. Are you really serious right now?
The point is, when a woman is making an accusation, the man is already guilty.
Yeah.
But if it's a man that is making an accusation, people will ask questions. Then everybody become a detective, a CIA, a special victims operative, and all that. So I look at this case and I say, if a competent court of competent jurisdiction I found him guilty, then we can have this conversation. But for a case to be dropped, the girl in question, they're still together, they have a child together. Please.
All right, listen, Greenwood, we wish him all the best moving forward. We hear Roma, Mourinho wants him, or Roma is looking at the scenario of signing him.
I pray it does.
Saudi Arabia too, Steven Gerrard, an Englishman, an English manager. We also have the England vice captain there as well. They are looking at well to sign him Al Ettifaq in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, we don't know what next, but you can agree with me that the best decision for him is to move away from England. You know, go abroad somewhere abroad. I don't think there's any English club that would want to.
I'm a very, very stubborn person. I mean,
you stay there and
listen,
show your talent.
Listen, let me use myself as an example.
I don't see that happening. Anyway.
When I was fired from Villa in 2017, a lot of people said that for peace to reign, that two kings cannot be in one city. What is about to happen? Why don't you move to like Port Harcourt or come to Abuja? And then you can, you walk and then you can have your thing and then you grow from there. Amaju was the NFL president at the time. He was aware of some of these things. And he was like, okay, hey, let me just make you media officer of the Super Eagles. I was like, God forbid, guy, I'm going to be here. I'm going to run this business out of town. I said, Amaju, where we sat at me in Bayo, Vincent, I said, I'm going to run this guy out of town. Like, they're not listening to that very soon. Very soon, they're not going to hear radio. And it was like, I said, guy, I know when I am wrong, but you can't fight me when I am not wrong. When I do you nothing and I've given you my whole life, my own invested my whole life for you, I'm gonna run you out of time. I'm not even started. See, it's not every fight you run away from. I don't think Mason Greenwood is young, because if I was 21, maybe I would have run away. But they hit me when I was 40. They hit me. The sack is not a problem. They took my car. What were they trying to do? Like, okay, you want to cripple me and my family, right? Because it felt like for a very short period of time, it felt like there is somebody with a gun behind me. Every time I was paranoid, like, this guy can send assassin to kill me, right? And it was easy for me to think, run away. I remember Bayo used to tell me, guy, the atmosphere is too tense. This is borderline diabolical. This is borderline evil. This rich man in Nigeria. I said, this is why bad people always win in Nigeria, because you know you're good and you start thinking evil people are coming and let's run. That's why they always win. Guy, I'm going to face this guy heads on. Let us send whatever I want to send up. If I was Mason Greenwood, but again, I'm talking because I'm 40-something.
Yeah.
At 21, I would obviously run. So if Mason Greenwood decides to leave England, I would still support him. Right now, I'm a fan of Mason Greenwood. I mean, I'm the chief supporter of the underdog. I'm a fan of Mason Greenwood because again, Manchester United are rich enough to be able to sponsor what's it called? A mission against him in the media and everywhere, even pay referees to give him red card in matches. They can do it. This is the EPL. EPL is the most rigged and most fixed league in the whole world. So nobody's going to come here and tell me some fantasy story about the best league in the world and what's shittiest league in the world. Okay, so all of those things can happen. And even they can induce the organizers of the league to make sure the first 3 games they play, they get red carded. And then everybody said, the boy is mad, he's mental, he's not stable, he's bad. Okay, so I understand. Running away, he will fight and run away, lives to fight another day. He would fight another day. His day will come. His proper time to tell the story will come. But I stand here and I say, Manchester United got it all wrong in this, because this club have a history of defending people. Their former one of the best players of this club, this Manchester United, he was sleeping with his brother's wife for 10 consecutive years. Now, let me tell you something here.
That's Ryan Giggs.
Ryan Giggs, there is something you do that maybe outsiders don't know, but your close circle know. You can tell me that Manchester United players didn't know that was going on, and maybe the conversation have not gone as high as the high ups there in Manchester United. And when the fact actually came out, I'm not talking of his friend's wife. That's another one in England again. John Terry slept with when Bridges' wife. So and nobody got sanctioned, nobody got banned, and everything went on like that. You're not telling me that they didn't know that. Okay, after that, the same guy, Ryan Giggs, was accused of beating his girlfriend, beating people. He had his time in the court and everything settled. Why is Mason Greenwood? Is it because he's black? I don't know. I'm not trying to bring racism into the conversation, but I just don't find it comfortable because this is a club that have a tradition of backing people doing that. It's like Nike getting angry with the bad boy. Nike was sold on the image of we love the bad boys. So you can't wake up tomorrow and say Nike does not like bad boys anymore. No, you signed the bad boys. You used to say that your brand is for the bad boys, right? So I don't know, but it's just strange, you know. It's like saying that what's it called now? This guy, the Papa Soldier, what's his name? Timaya.
Yeah.
No longer like to put women with big bumbo in his video.
Anyways, we wish Mr. Greenwood all the best, and we hope he gets his career back on track, which is what Mendy is trying to do now at Lorient in France. So we wish him all the best, be it in England or outside England. Talented footballer, no doubt. So we hope that talent shines through.
I hope so too. But before you continue, there's some messages. We promise, so we must keep our promises. Fidel Annie says, made so many terrible mistakes in my late 20s. We are all learning. Hope many of the players need to get player managers. Elebert, a good job. How be mindful of your language. Don't tell me to be mindful of my language online. I am not going to be mindful. Is there a law that says you people don't come and lecture me? If you don't want to watch what I'm doing, you can get the F out of my face. Don't come and lecture me on your language. You know, when I started Pidgin English in 2012, people like this said the word cola is offensive, said the word legbera is offensive, say the word what's it called, Lenny, they are offensive. Those are the key words now. You don't like it, turn to another channel. This is not a censored or a gagged platform. This is a platform where you can use those words and they are okay. By the way, when people say don't use it online, again I ask, you use it every day. The word is in the dictionary. Why is it there? If it's not a word, then it doesn't exist. If it exists, then let's use it. Let's not pretend. And I've not come here. This is not a holy show. I've not come here to tell you I'm the holy man. So if you don't want to listen to me, you can step aside, I beg. And I don't. I'm very, very unapologetic about that.
Use on radio, stuff like that.
They
don't know that this is
not that type of radio. This is not that type of radio. The day you see, if you want to listen to that type of radio, you know where to go. Mr. Sugar, I want to say, I don't want to say that racism have a role to play in the Greenwood case. I think it is, but Man United didn't handle the whole thing well, and probably they might regret it. Okay, let's see how it goes eventually. They say the big organizations always win. Oh yeah, it said no language restriction upon. I don't know what that players they talk. You come here, come teach me how to talk. Mr. Sugar One, he says so much privilege is being given to women, especially here in the UK, which is why. So we're saying not that the Queen is dead. We have a king. Let's see if it will reduce. I don't think it will reduce. A society that is built on eye service is always difficult to reduce. Ryan Dirty Gigs, according to Oyeneye, Sagina said we miss you yesterday. I went to the German embassy. I just thought of doing a trip for marketing purpose, not be enjoyment, not be holiday. I need to. So I was talking to some companies. You know, now I'm in the NFL marketing committee, and also I have the marketing right for the league. I'm talking to some company. You know how it is. You have your Zoom meetings, you have your mail, your phone calls. People like to see you face to face. So I just thought I should try and go over to Germany, have a sit down with them, and see whatever they can do. But hey, it is just an hunch. It's just a risk. It could gamble. It might pay off. It might not pay off. So I'm sorry for those of you who waited and didn't see me, but that's what happened. That's why we are asking this question. Would you guys want Emmanuel Sebastian to be part of the show maybe thrice or 4 times a week? We would need you to vote. Your comment is very, very important at this point because we're close to the end of the show. Mostly 101 says that most Man U would really suffer. Let's go to YouTube now. Additional pharmacy. No, Lord Mayor said Monday fixtures is always a pressure game, but 3 points is all that matters. I agree with you on that one. Additional pharmacy spot on. Additional pharmacy wanted to say Man U of recent have shown high level of double standard. Players can give their all for the club. Additional pharmacy, Johnny Depp came from a deepest level to change the story. He made the world officially know the level women can go to destroy a man. I agree with you on that one because it was a very good case. Mostly 101 say Man United. Okay, Sister Nylima on Instagram say we'll love him to be part of the show. Emmanuel Sebastian, they are voting for you already. So Emmanuel Sebastian, the ball is in your court. You will have to make an official announcement today, or you decide to say next Tuesday. I don't know about you. I will not let you go until you make that announcement. And I have a question for you. I'm not asking any question today. Asa Patrick says there was a time some ITK said Victor Anishebe once said they were told while at Everton not to give 100% in a game, and some players were rested. A statement came out that the players were fatigued. Good. Emmanuel Obayoje says, "A man, you fall my hand. Mason would have upgraded that team, but they just made a big mistake." Asa Patrick say, "Manny, my guy, 3 times a week." Yes, so let me say I was impressed to see Nigeria Falcons are the 10th best team in the World Cup. Well, I want to see them as the number 1 team. I did not say he should be part of the show daily. Mr. Sugar says the banter where I carried yesterday, Chelsea fans get love. 222 million flopped in 1 match. Oh God. Mr. Sugar said Iman should be part of the show more, I beg. So Iman Sebastian, let me come to you. Now I put it to you. You are okay. Before we go to whether you're going to be part of the show or not, it's also very expensive. When I already talk, so when I go fund them, because this man lives in Agbo Palace, where he has to come here every day. Since 9 I say Fabrizio, here we go. Emmanuel Sabatin signed a 3 times a week deal with Element.
Oh, wow.
These guys are funny. Okay, so Emmanuel Sebastian, the World Cup, the Women's World Cup have come and gone. You have a chance. Like of the pool of all the players, even some people, Robles was kissing the girls. I don't know what that means anyway. And he came out to apologize. I was a sport. I was not saying that. As Argentina win the World Cup after waiting for a very long time since 1986, what if there was an FA official, a female FA official, go there and go and kiss Messi? Would it not be a different story? All these men just the tap current and they get away with that. And then Messi Greenwood.
He kissed.
The hug was too much. It's like you want boss the Agbalemo. Why are you squeezing them like this? This man is a pedophile. But hey, now Messi Greenwood, everybody's struggling. Now you move and one, I just want small headline. Everybody move on. Remember, like I say, bro. So we're all our girls now. They are not sports people. So this is
sports girls.
I shall kill you. I love Schwarzenegger. Sheridan on this 08 say, boss, Idafe, do you think Arteta is overstretching some of the players with his tactics? I think that he's got injury problem. Some players are not fully fit. Some players are not back. So he's managing. I don't want to say he's overstretching. He's managing the lots that he's got and he's getting result. The most important thing is the result. Let him get the result and then the full team comes back. Everybody's back. The window closes. I think that Arsenal should go back to the market and buy 2 or 3 more players. And then the window closes and we know where we stand on this one. Additional Mama say he should be part of the show daily. Emmanuel Obayoje say he should be part of the show 3 times at least. I enjoy him with you. One. Okay, so Emmanuel Sebastian, let's start with this one. Of the women, now you have carte blanche. Blank check. Who is the girl, not Falcons, the girl in that team, or let's say just pick 3, your top 3, that you would go out on a date with, get stuck in an island for a long time with?
I was in the Falcons team.
No, the whole World Cup team. You can take from any team, anywhere.
Yeah, I'll have to take from Falcons because these are
no.
I'll pick some, maybe 1 or 2 from Falcons. I can pick the rest from elsewhere.
Okay.
And all that. But I mean, for Falcons, definitely. I think a lot of people don't know.
Michal Lose?
No. Michal Lose. I would love it, but I say everybody did inside. Like everybody.
Okay, so you don't want to get everybody. Everybody
if
wants.
I get a chance, but I wouldn't just say Monday gifts. She's a very interesting girl.
Is it because you've interviewed her before?
I've known
and you know her backstory?
Yes, I know her backstory. I've had conversations with her off camera. She's fun to be with.
No, wait. Come back. I just said something. You've had conversations with her off cameras.
You know, just
like in the bedroom.
I beg you, maybe bedroom. Not bedroom.
No, you said off because
camera.
In our job, off cameras means like when I don't go out on a date.
Off camera, like no. Just off, no camera. No, when I say off camera, no be interview.
Exclusive. Emmanuel Sebastian have off-camera relations with Monday Gift of Super Falcons. That's an exclusive.
Yeah, she's I mean, a lot of people I don't know, but she's fun. She's lively.
Now, so Colin Udo takes start. We send them go interview Falcons. He marry my sister, Messi Akidi. It's happening here.
anyways, on the gifts, I mean, I need to give her flowers. I love her.
Which flowers?
I love what I mean. Now,
You love her.
That's what I know. I tell you now. I love her kind of person. That's she's very fun to have a conversation with. She's playful. She's happy. Always like.
I'm not playful.
You know me, fam. You know me, woman. You woman.
No.
That woman is never gonna pick like other the big man. That woman pick. So on the gift, and I mean, the next person I'll pick. There's this from the World Cup. Talking about the World Cup. What's this her name? Diami.
Yeah.
She plays for France. She's left.
Oh Lord, that girl is beautiful. She's good.
She's very good.
Good frame.
I'd love to. She's somebody I'd love to hang out with. And in England, Grosso. I would pick her as well. Another, those are the three players I would love to. If you give me time to, hang out with them, I listen to her for smart as well. For the England games of the World Cup, she's fun to be with as well. A good footballer, lively and all that. So if you want me to pick one more, then I'll go for the Falcons again. I'll go to just say Ashley Plumter as well. So that's it. But I mean, for me to pick Monday game as number one. So it's just. Shout out to you, Alosi. I mean, I saw a picture with Davido recently. You were having fun with Davido. So I don't want.
You're not that level.
I don't want stress. I mean, just
my love is my love. It's not your love. Okay, so I gave Emmanuel Sebastian that this is the potential of Emmanuel to be a Solomon. I gave Emmanuel Sebastian a chance to pick 3 women, and he stretched it to 4. And if you have his way, we add Alosi to it and have some more to it. Well, one day we'll create a show called Stuck in an Island, and maybe we'll put Emmanuel Sebastian with some of these girls, our own version of our Big Brother in the Forest or Big Brother in the whatever. We'll see where the love and the kissing and the smooshing comes from. Well, congratulations to Emmanuel Sebastian. Now let's answer this question. Emmanuel, do you have plans to at least increase the number of appearances that you make here? I know it's expensive, but hey, I trust the audience. They might decide to sponsor it. But before you answer that question, there are a few comments here that I just need to take. Say Michelle Alozie, and then Mr. Sugar said that Michelle Alozie na better yam porridge. Chai! And Azizat refused to score another goal just like that. Now, wow. Let me say you want Azizat to score another goal. You make she take off the cloth again. But people were complaining, why did she take out my chair? He's a Muslim. I was like, since when do you people have Muslim interests and art? When I like Muslim, when I never go and fight Boko Haram. What's all this nonsense? What I do? Well, Eze Patrick say money is close to Shoala. Talk true. Okay, money you need to talk true now. Lord Mayor, he said I like Alozie too, and that Spanish youngster player of the tournament. Okay, she's a fine girl. And this Ufoma says Sebastiano Elegbete, they scope you off camera things. No, we're not off camera. You don't talk. And then this Ufoma with his people off camera is interested in Alozie, Nadozie, and Lauren James and Ashley Plumter. Ashawo Alotwaznigga. Eze Patrick say Nadozie for me, she can play. How does it play? I mean, that's goalkeeper she be. She play for your bedroom. I mean, in your fantasy. Okay, so let's talk about this one before I jump out of the studio. Emmanuel Sebastian, is there a plan? Is there anything in the works that you would at least we don't try reach now once a week? But I mean, if something is sweet, they say music night, you play it twice, and then you can go. Even Okosha said they say good, so good they name him twice. What do you think?
Okay, all I can say for now is it's in the works. I mean, it's something I have been thinking of, and I mean, I hope to make it happen anytime soon.
You want to talk to your management first?
Yeah, I need to just look at
talk to your agents and
look at some few things, and then frame up the decision. But I mean, it's definitely in the works. If it's not in the works, I won't say it. So it's just for me to look at the whole circumstances again and frame up the decision. And then we'll take it from there. But I mean, we keep our fingers crossed. It's something that might just happen anytime soon. But the house will know.
All right, guys, you've heard from the horse's mouth.
Before you go, I would love to talk about this final talking point. There's a question from Greatness. He said, "Is it true that it was also going to be my final talking point? It's about the CAF competition, Nigerian teams there. So
Yeah.
let's just take the next maybe 10 minutes to talk about it. So is it true that CAF sanctioned not to allow Finidi George to be on the bench for Enyimba at the weekend because of something to do with badges? Please clarify. I mean, because for those who didn't see the game, Finidi George and Kochiyama, they were not in the dugout for that game due to, we don't know if it's excessive antics from the opposition and all that, but it's due to licensing and CAF badges issue and all that. But just to run you through the results, Enyimba was a massive game, 7-goal thriller against Al Ahly Benghazi in Libya, 4-3. So many goals scored in that game. That's the CAF Champions League. The other CAF Champions League game, so Remo Stars, they went to Ghana. They lost by 1-0 against Medema FC at the Cape Coast Stadium. That's the other CAF Champions League fixture. Then in the Confederations Cup, Bendel Insurance in Benin, massive crowd, 1-0. Imade with the goal. We don't know if that's going to be enough for the return leg.
I tweeted that they need a miracle for the return leg.
Yeah, so those are the results for Nigerian teams in CAF competition. So the return leg is next weekend. What are their chances? Looking at this result, Enyimba losing 4-3 away from home. Remo Stars losing in Ghana, 1-0. Bendel Insurance winning at home. So what are the chances that they win the second leg and the whole situation around Enyimba and Philip George?
And for those who are asking questions about Rivers United, they draw by because of their progress in the last season competition. So they draw by. They will play in the next round. For Bendel Insurance, I think they're working on thin ice. They need to not prove me or anybody wrong that they can do it on their own. But as it stands today, the Bendel Insurance are working on thin ice. 1 goal at home in front of a massive crowd. I thought that crowd would spoil them. But again, that's how I thought that the crowd would spoil the Super Eagles over Ghana. A full house does not necessarily change result, but they won. So it's a good thing that they won. But I think I was expecting maybe 3 to 4 goals. I guess I'm expecting too much because historically, if you look at Bendel Insurance over the last 10 or so games, they really not scored too many goals. That's why they had more draws than win last season, even though they went the whole season unbeaten. So I think that spirit of being able to draw away is not what they will not count on. But, you're playing in the CAF competition. There's going to be the antics, the politics, the whole struggle. Again, this is a small version, a prototype of what the World Cup qualifiers will be like. When you play, remember that beyond the normal playing on the field, there's going to be the politics, the antics, and all those drama that come with the game. And I hope they're able to withstand it. That's powerful as the deputy governor might be. He's already having issues with the governor, Obaseki himself in the state. So I don't know if that power would be able to go through on the continent. They might just suffer. They say when two elephant fights, it's the grass that suffer. And right now, the governor and his deputy are fighting in Edo State. Bendel Insurance might just be the one that will suffer because Bendel Insurance is currently the brainchild of the deputy governor. All that said, having said that, for the Enyimba result, I think Enyimba will return that result in the second leg. Scoring 3 goals away from home shows that they can play, they can score. And but this is the first time I'm hearing that you can have a UEFA license and without a CAF license, you will sit on the bench. Now, my question to this is, when they bring in those foreign coaches, the Portuguese coaches that coach Al Ahly, the other foreign coaches that come to coach in Africa, they are not required to have a CAF license badge, CAF badges to be on the bench. Because if you say so, half of the coaches of the different national teams will not be able to sit on the bench because the CAF competition or the African Cup of Nations is a full CAF competition. Yeah. Jose Peseiro, for instance, does not have a CAF license. Randy Wardrum does not have a CAF license. So how do you bend your rules in the middle of the competition? I don't understand that. If it is CAF that decide that, I think there's a very, very wrong precedence that they are setting. That is one. But if it is not CAF that decide that, if it is the home club that did it, then I think Enyimba should protest and CAF should sanction them. I don't know what the rules are right now, so I'm practically speaking from a position of ignorance. Honestly speaking, I don't have all the facts in the case, but I'm using, when they say use relativity, using what you're seeing. I don't think that Jose Peseiro have a CAF license. He sits in CAF competition in the African Women Cup of Nations. African Cup of Nations for men is the qualifiers, and it's going to be in Cote d'Ivoire. It doesn't have a CAF. There's not been a CAF licensing course since 2017. So there is nobody who's going to come out here and tell me that they have a CAF license. So Randy Wardrum was at the African Nations Cup for women in Morocco. It doesn't have a CAF license to his name. And then we've seen other foreign coaches coaching national teams and even different clubs across Africa.
Coaching different continental games. What has he been using?
And Finidi George, this is not his first continental appearance. So I don't know if now he comes back, we come back home. Is he going to sit on the bench? Where is this decision coming from? When did they make this rule? Where is the secular? Where's the decision? Is it only against Eimba? Because are we saying that the coach of what's it called? Ogunmadede, who's the coach of Remo Stars, when did he get his CAF badge? Because they've not been a CAF course for since 2017 or so, or is it 2019 now? And he doesn't have a CAF badge. What about the coach of Mando Digi has been around for a long time? He might have it, he might not have it, but we will need to know what is the clear position on the matter. I was trying to speak to the CAF media guy, but he didn't reply to my mail. He was just, giving me auto response. I hope that we can get to the bottom of this and then get it sorted out. But it's borderline ridiculous, because if you have a UEFA license, I thought that it was okay. After all, we vote people into presidency in Nigeria from the fact that the school are in Chicago or.
All right, talking about coaches, before we wrap up the show, let's give a shout out to our own coach Ayere, who signed his first professional coaching contract with Fleetwood United in Dubai. I mean, I don't know what you have to say about that, Coach Ayere. If you are listening to this, I mean, the journey is as it don't be it has begun.
Yeah.
And we keep moving, and we want to say congratulations to you, and hopefully from here keep on going higher and higher. I mean, smashing every role. And yes, want to see you. I don't know, want to see you come back, make some impact,
Not
to better team, but
not now.
soon.
Not now.
But want to see you at some point. But congratulations to you. I don't know what's your final words
On that one. I think last year, when we started this content called The Journey, we actually created that content because of Coach Ayere. His story was interesting. First time we spoke during the COVID lockdown, and I knew that, okay, I was going to do something with this guy because he was very, very ambitious. He's full of energy. His dreams were very big. And again, I remember last year when we were in Dubai, and probably the most expensive content we've created. And we're talking, and I said, I would like to see you be here for another 5 or 10 years and really prove yourself. And he said, no, bros, that's killing the dream. Oh. I don't want to spend more than 5 years in this place. I want to go. I mean, I could live here and go to bigger countries and the rest. I was like, wow, that's good. And, this was at the time he was coaching kids. He was just coaching some small kids. And he had that much ambition, that much belief in himself. So right now, seeing the news, I'm not really surprised. I'm not like, oh, Coach Ayere, how did it happen? I'm not surprised because I saw it coming. He was sure that this was going to happen and he was going to get there. All I can say is congratulations. I've seen him at work. To almost every player he's coached, and I've also watched him. We spent about 3 weeks in Dubai, and in that period, we saw him at work because we're going to training every day. I saw his sections, I saw his work, his motivation, his one-on-one interaction with his players, and his group interaction with the players. And I saw him do private sections with some of his players who he thinks need extra work, like the boy from Romania and some of the kids, the UAE kids. And I said to myself, the hardest set of people to coach are rich people. And these are rich kids, and you're able to give them this drill, and their parents are happy about it. That's something to be proud of. So I sit here and I say congratulations to Coach Ayere, and to this is cheers to many more successes, many more growth, many more big announcements, and I hope that you make the world your oyster. You never can tell what will happen next.
All right, and with that, it's a wrap on the Sport Buffet today, the special Tuesday edition. Hope you've had fun on the show. For those of you who've been with us from 9 o'clock to this very moment, I urge you to keep it locked again in the next 45 minutes to your phone and the players. Stick around.
All right, guys. Bye bye. My name is Stillies. Idafi Matthias. I'm going to love to call me the Elevator on the spots. Emmanuel Sebastian. Somebody said if Saudi Arabia come for you now, you not go wrong, leave Elevator. And I me go carry a go airport. Myself, me and Siko.
They come for me to play ball or
anything. I me go drive and go airport. And me go carry and go airport. Saudi Arabia. Even if Super Sports come for us, I would chase on. Yeah, that's how much I love him more than the project I'm doing. We would get there, but I know when somebody needs to grow.